this much NBA to talk about, Devin, during the NBA
It's
season.
nuts.
But
Insane.
I can't remember. It was either Gilbert's podcast or Teague's podcast. It was somebody's podcast, and they made a comment where they said there's only about six, give or take, there's only about six teams every year that are actually trying to win championships. And what he meant by
Trying
that
to win
was,
championships?
sure, there's plenty of teams who say, there's way more than six teams that are saying every year we want to win a championship.
Of
But
course.
a lot are just trying to make money, keep fans happy, keep the rich guys in the suites happy, like just
Hmm.
sell merch, get a
Hmm.
superstar to sell more jerseys, just certain shit like that. And
Hmm.
that made me think of like, all right, let's get the top like 20 teams. I'm just give you the name, and you're just gonna tell me, are they playing to win? Are they playing for that bread?
Yeah, I mean, I
It's as
thought
simple
about
as
this.
that.
Maybe I talked about it weeks ago, but I thought it was in my head. It was like I think it was more than six. So, like my
So
prediction for the amount of teams, I think it'll be more than six.
so can
Um,
we can we can
but there
we
is a substantial amount of teams that are clearly not trying to win a championship and know that.
can we draw a line? Like what's wrong? Like I feel like 6 to 8.
Sure.
Like if we come down to it and there's only like four, it's like wow, this is a money hungry league. But if we go up to like 10 or 12, it's like all right, maybe more teams are trying than we thought.
Sure.
But I feel like 6 to 8, like, but okay, if your guess is definitely over six though.
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
But
let's think. Let's think then.
we haven't gone through it really.
So obviously, some of these are going to be obvious win or bread, but some of them I do have. I am curious. So Boston, I mean,
When?
win. They're on a road to repeat, so there's no question about them. They're a win. Now, 76ers.
That one's so weird.
Is it though? I think it's
But no,
100% trust the profit. I mean, it
true.
is. I mean, what are we talking about here? It's we're gonna bring in our MVP and he's not gonna play back to backs, and oh, guess what? We're gonna sit him anyways, and we're gonna bring Paul George over, and we're gonna bring James Harden over, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and
We're
they
gonna bring
are
Jimmy over.
we
Yep.
have been trusting the process for what, 10 years?
Close to 10 years, I
10
think.
years now? Like the process has been we're gonna keep making this money and just being
Yeah.
like talked about enough to make even more money. We're not changing shit. Like we're not winning. We're not winning shit.
Well, no, they've never like I don't know done a full revamp. Well, it's because they can't really. They got Joel.
They
So
tried though. I mean, they've tried over the
yeah, they
years to
tried.
to to add shit to Joel, but it's look. I think they're
Yeah, no.
100%. I think they're definitely not in the win category. I think they're in that money category, Devin.
Yep.
Minnesota. We're talking about future stars or faces of the NBA. They're 100% banking on their face of the NBA. I mean, they
Getting rid
trade
of
away.
Cat's weird.
They break apart. They break up a team that was in the finals last year, or sorry, a round away from
Conference
being
finals, yeah.
a round away from being in the finals a year ago.
Yeah.
Maybe one more piece away from being in the finals.
Yeah.
And instead, they kind of take a step backwards and say, "We're kind of good with just how much like love Ant gets here."
Now let's make this year based. Yeah, this
No, no,
year.
no, no. This year in particular.
Yeah, yeah.
This year
This year,
in
no.
particular,
No.
100%
Fuck
not
no.
trying to win a single game.
Yeah, for a second there, I was thinking more like just how these teams operate. But
Yeah, no,
yeah, no,
because
this year, not
the
a chance.
statement, and this was like Kenyon Martin or someone. He said every year there's only like 6 teams. So Golden State,
Yes.
I think that's a win.
This year, yes, yeah.
They
Getting
made the
Jimmy.
move for Jimmy. Shit, they wanted to make a move for KD. They
Now,
absolutely.
I'm not sure if they have
win.
championship hopes, but I mean, I think anytime you got Steph, there's a championship hope. So
They're shocking me a little bit. Just, I mean, and Steph's been playing his fucking ass off.
ass off. He's been playing
I mean, he
outside.
just balled out in Madison Square Garden tonight. He's been going crazy.
Yeah.
Denver
Of
is an
course.
obvious that's an obvious win. Now OKC.
Yeah.
This is where it gets tricky, especially with the this year thing, because I think the outcome of this season plus what they do this next off season will really, really show are y'all going to win or y'all just gonna bank on this, Shy and Chet, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna have superstars. If they break any of that core up, I think that gives you
Well,
your
if you
answer.
break any
But
of the core up for, like, if you break the core up a little bit for a bigger or better piece, maybe. But if
maybe
you break some shit up just because for the fuck of it, or
for
I don't even know
Julius
who
Randle,
I was about to say. I was like, who did the Timberwolves get for Cat? It's fucking Julius Randle. So, um, yeah, no, if they're on some bullshit, then no. But I mean, it's hard to say that a 50-win team doesn't want to win.
I was gonna say it would be unfair to say they're not win.
Yeah,
They're 100% win. Lakers.
win, but weird.
So for right now,
It's weird that they're playing so well,
so for right
but
now,
I like it.
I got to eat my words. Now, I also said they're going to ball in the regular season, and I need to see what happens in the post. I need to see what happens in the postseason because I have
Well,
no
I mean,
clue.
shit, we still got a ton of regular season games left.
We do, but they're second in the West, bro.
No, I know,
They're number two
but
in the West.
we were definitely wrong about
LeBron is still putting
how
up
good that Mavericks
MVP.
team could have been. Huh?
No, sorry, I'm going to ask you what you just said in a second, but LeBron is putting up MVP Heat numbers right now.
For
MVP Bron Heat numbers right now, bro.
for
Like they are playing their asses off. They're absolutely. And the thing with the Lakers is their moves bring their winning moves bring money. Like bringing in Luca,
yes,
duh. We're gonna win games in the future and make hella money off of Luca being on this team. We're gonna bring Wilt and win, and but obviously we have Wilt fucking
I
Chamberlain. We got
will
Kareem.
Kareem.
Hey, Shaq, you want to come over here? You're the biggest superstar. You're one of the biggest
Yep.
superstars in the NBA. It's like, no, they bring, eventually LeBron decides to go over to LA.
Shit,
It's like
Kobe was a trade, no?
Kobe was a
Is he a
trade at
trade or
draft
just a
day.
draft swap? Yeah,
He was a
whatever it is.
draft day. He was a draft day trade.
Yeah.
Um, LA is in the win category. But what did you say about Dallas and us being wrong about them?
We weren't wrong about them, but everyone is now hurt and the team's in shambles.
So Dallas is 100% money. I mean, they're one of the
Fuck yeah.
teams. They're one of the teams that inspired this segment.
But here's the thing. I really hope they're not trying to win. You know? I hope that they didn't think that Kyrie, Clay, and AD would
Bro,
be
but if
a
Kyrie doesn't tear his
was their
ACL,
peak.
if Kyrie
Huh?
doesn't if Kyrie doesn't tear his ACL,
And
if
AD
if,
comes
if AD
back.
doesn't get hurt, if Gafford doesn't sprain his knee, that's a cool lineup.
I know, but we're looking at but that's the risk that you run with an
It's
AD.
a risk.
And that's the thing about any team that AD's on. It's like once you lose AD, especially if he's the biggest star, you're cooked.
But the problem is, it's like maybe they thought that they were risking running through a unathletic, out of shape alcoholic, or
Whatever. He's a
whatever they're calling him
fucking
on the internet.
superstar.
But okay, he's a superstar, absolutely. But the problem is, like they call him like Baby Jokic and shit. It's like
Yeah,
Jokic can win championships playing his way, including because of his size.
you're right.
Like if
Luca
he was
has to
this,
move a little bit more.
yeah, like
But
Luca's not the size of Jokic, but he plays
you
like
never
bro.
looked at Jokic. I mean, you never looked at Luca and was like, obviously, but it's the defensive aspect of the ball. Maybe they wanted more help over there. Because honestly, last year it didn't work. Once they got to the finals, they were kind of fucked playing that eight-headed monster of fucking Boston. But ah,
I thought Lakers were more on the money move just because I didn't think they were going to be able to work it out with their bigs, but it seems like it's been working out for now.
it's working out fine.
But Dallas
Um,
absolutely money move.
it's just diarrhea.
I'll just yeah. They inspired this segment. Another team that is always money move, Clippers.
The biggest money
I
movers.
mean, yeah.
They've
I
never
mean,
wanted to win a basketball game.
like where we should
Kind of
have
just
a
happens. That's a bunch of bullshit, but I said
where
it.
we should have a second team, the city with the biggest and most popular basketball team. We're definitely not just trying
True.
to pinch off any little
Yeah, we're
crumbs
not
that,
just trying to
that
fucking.
comes into LA for basketball.
We're not trying to build a fucking the biggest, most expensive stadium in all of fucking sports
The
for
biggest
nothing.
the biggest inspiration for this one though, for this segment, Phoenix.
Money.
I mean, and the fact that they didn't make a move
They didn't
at
make a move.
at the
They
break. I
didn't
mean,
give
okay.
Katie what he wanted in terms of getting him the fuck out of there.
So it's like that's the thing. It's like, do we trade KD and pay out, like buy out all those like unsold jerseys? Do we just like maybe hope
Well,
some
then
more
there was.
jerseys get sold?
Did you see the stuff with Book and the head coach, whose name I'm forgetting?
What? No.
The head coach went up to Book and was like, "You need to stop being so vocal." He's like, "I'm the leader of this team. You need to not."
I mean, the NBA is a player-led league. I
For
don't know what. Well, I don't know what a head coach thinks.
you're a
What?
fucking idiot.
I don't know why a head coach thinks he can do his job in the NBA. There's
For real.
there's
It's
no
like Doc
world.
Rivers going to Milwaukee being like, "Oh no, this is my team. I'm
Yeah.
Doc Rivers.
Bye.
Hey, I'm fucking Dame and Giannis." But that's what they need to do with fucking Doc's dumbass. Get him the fuck out of there.
Um.
Because if they win a chip, it's gonna be like, "Oh, Doc Rivers wins another championship." It's not gonna be like, "Yo, Dame and fucking Giannis fuck the world."
It better be Damian Giannis. Fuck the world.
It better be. But there's gonna be
Um.
hella Doc Rivers bullshit going on.
Cleveland win.
Win, but
Like you said, bro, you
listen,
can't have that many wins and we can't say
you
not
you you
win.
can't be that dominant right now and
And
call it a
Milwaukee,
money move. Also, Cleveland's market is not like an OKC market or anything. They're not marketing this team like it's the big three. They're just
no,
cool. They're chilling. They're winning games.
they're balling. And I
Balling.
think we brought up Milwaukee. I think they fall in the win category as well.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what Dame is. Dame's a hooper. Dame wants the ball.
especially like you would think like just for terms of like namesake, and if we were actually worried about any type of money, like we wouldn't trade away Chris Middleton and maybe think that Kyle Kuzma's a better fit for this team.
Yeah,
But then they pull that trigger anyways. It's like, oh no, y'all are still trying to make moves that just gonna keep helping y'all win more games. It's
yeah,
no, they're trying to win for sure.
of
They're
course.
absolutely, and especially for the like we talked about. I don't know how long Dame's gonna sit there and wait to win a championship in Milwaukee, but
Yeah,
um, I think maybe a couple more years.
depending on how Giannis's next few years go, we'll see.
Memphis,
No,
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 okay, I'm not gonna argue it. New Orleans,
fuck ass no.
and then last team I threw up there were the Spurs.
They were.
They absolutely were,
They were. They
and
they
I
were
think
for
that
sure.
counts.
Getting
De'Aaron.
De'Aaron Fox, it was a
But
huge
making the move for
move.
Fox, I think they absolutely like it, and
Now,
I think it counts too.
yeah, but I think realistically, I don't think they would have been near a championship, but it could have made the playoffs. And
No, but that's the thing though. They were nowhere near a championship, and we're still making moves to build this team. I mean,
true,
they
yeah,
could have,
and the moves that they were making felt like future moves. Which I mean, Wemby should be good to go by the start of next season.
hopefully.
Um, I think they're just taking a big precaution on this blood clot thing at this point in the season. Probably shouldn't put him back in at any point. You don't have to.
Yeah, no, there's really no point.
So
But
yeah, I think next year they're going to be kind of a win now team, and
I will include them in the win category. Which that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that want to win in the NBA right now. So
seven and a
just
half,
So just about what we get, seven and a half teams that actually want to win in the NBA
seven
right
eight
now.
teams, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, then he
Which
was
is yeah,
right. He was absolutely right. How many
of
teams want
course.
to
I
win in
mean,
the
because you can
NBA?
take out one of those teams probably.
About 6 or 7. About 6 or 7
Perfect.
want to win. The rest are just about their bread, which I can respect that. I can respect it.
But I mean, I think some GMs just suck. Honestly, I for real think that like yes, you are making money, but you could
Okay,
try a little bit harder and be better and still win.
okay, but if you're like the Giants GM, like there's no way you're not just fucking around with house money when you're like, "Hey kid, what do you think?" And
For
then
real.
like I'm just saying, like some of these GMs just don't give a
But
shit
I'm
and just
not
like
sure that GMs are out to here like,
cut the check.
yo, let's make the most money we possibly can and suck at basketball. I think GMs are just truly like not good at their job
No, no, no,
sometimes.
no. It's make as much money as we can, and maybe that comes with winning a certain amount of games, like I don't know the Clippers, but
Sure. Well, then there's
we're
also having the ability to draft in the lottery. It's pretty big.
okay, okay.
So there's some pull down to that side now.
Well,
And
that's why.
that's the thing about having a big lottery
Mm.
and having a ton of playoff teams
See,
is
but
that there's going to be those teams looking for those playoff spots, and then there's going to be those teams looking for the lottery, and it's about 10 on each side. The rest have to figure out where they're going. There's not a lot of middle, unless you
see,
like the Rockets.
but that's why I only included like half the league in that segment,
For real. Yeah.
because I obviously the teams that are playing like
The
shit
Wizards
are
are not trying to win.
no, and the
So,
Wizards are just making money because they have merch and like
yeah.
sell food at their games and have
Yeah.
tickets.
It was
Like
funny. It was like Middleton. We traded for Middleton, and someone was like, "Yeah, I think we're gonna flip Middleton into a bigger piece," and I was like, "That's not what. We're not doing that.
that's
We're
not that.
way too dumb to do
No,
something like
we
that."
they were getting Kyle out of purgatory. That's what was happening.
For real.
But all right.